Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. This is your Aki, I'm a drill Azil, back with another quick lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Wakakadash. Salute to the men I learned this truth from. Seen this news article, and the headline states that California to pay off all past due rent occurred during COVID, giving renters clean slate. Continue on, California is paying off renters past due rent that was occurred during the COVID-19 pandemic, giving renters a clean slate. Governor Gavin Newsom announced recently. The state's $5.2 billion in funds from congressional approved aid package is enough to pay off overdue rent, according to Newsom's senior counselor of housing and homelessness, Jason Elliott. The Associated Press reported. However, just $32 million out of the $490 million is requested for rental assistance through May 31st have been covered so far, according to a California Department of Housing and Community Development report. We should do our best to we should do our best to get back to the starting point where we were in December of 2019. Anything other than that is taking advantage of a crisis, said Keith Becker, a property manager in Sonoma County. He revealed that 14 tenants have not paid $100,000 worth of rent. Newsom says California will pay off all past due rent accumulated in the nation's most populated state because of the fallout from the coronavirus pandemic, promising to make landlords whole. Left unsettled is whether California will continue to ban eviction for unpaid rent beyond June 30th, a pandemic-related order that was meant to be temporary but is proving difficult to undo. Federal eviction protection also are set to expire on June 30th. California had passed its own protection that apply to more people than the federal protection. Newsom and state legislative leaders are meeting privately regarding the protection. Part of the negotiation over the state's roughly $260 billion operating budget and extension of the eviction ban seems likely to give California more time to spend all the money to cover unpaid rent. But landlords and tenants' rights groups are arguing over how long that extension should last. The expectation for people to be up and at 'em and ready to pay rent on July 1st is wholeheartedly unfair, said Kelly Lord, a 43-year-old single mother who says she has not worked consistently since the pandemic began in March 2020. Lord, a member of the advocacy group Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment, is supposed to pay $1,924 a month for a two-bedroom, two-bath rent-controlled apartment in the Crenshaw district of South Los Angeles, but she says she's $30,000 behind after not working for most of last year to care for her two children as daycare centers closed and schools halted in-person learning. that debt will likely be covered by the government. But Lord says she recently lost a job at a real estate brokerage and hasn't found another one yet. She's worried she could be evicted if the protection expired. Simply because the state has opened back up doesn't mean people have access to their jobs, she said. Becker says the overdue rent payment puts financial pressure on the owners, who he says have resigned themselves to do so. Selectively, resigned themselves to do it. But they have grown weary of the seemingly endless protection, seemingly endless protection, which he noted were aimed at addressing a public health emergency and not meant to be permanent. The state has slow. The state has been slow, to distribute the 5.2 billion, and it's unlikely it can spend it all by June 30th. The California Department the California Department of Housing and Community Development report doesn't include the 12 cities and 10 counties that run their own rental assistance programs. It's challenging to set up a new big program overnight, said Assemblyman David Chai, if I'm pronouncing it right, a Democrat from San Francisco and chair of the Assembly Housing and Community Development Committee. It has been challenging to educate millions of struggling tenants and landlords on what the law is. Landlords point to the state's rapid economic recovery as a reason not to extend the eviction moratorium much longer. California has added 495,000 new jobs since February. In April alone, California accounted for 38% of all new jobs in the U.S. This week, Newsom lifted all restrictions on businesses, hurling it as the state's grand reopening. We're getting back to normal, Carlton said. It's time to go back to work. It's time to pay the rent. So I think that's all. But a lot of these jakes gonna go for this, man. You know, people out of work, can't pay the rent. The moratorium just lifted. You got a governor that's willing to pay all your rent from the beginning of this pandemic that, started 2019? So a lot of these jakes, man, especially in the state of California, is gonna go for this. They're gonna get that shot. They're gonna get that poke, and they're gonna take the poison, man. That's that's very, very tempting. You know what I'm saying? That's very tempting. But I won't be surprised that other states follow in the footsteps of this governor right here, Newsom. Brings me to precept. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression destroys a wise man's reasoning. A bribe debase the heart. That's from the Blue Letter. But actually in the King James Version, it states, Ecclesiastes 7:7, truly oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So, we'll go into this. So it says it right here, surely oppression makes a wise man mad.
Strong's H, 1984. Halal. Halal.
So mad right here. Oppressing. Surely oppression makes a wise man mad. We're gonna go into it. What mad means. We're gonna go into the bottom right here where it says E, to make a fool. To make a fool of. To make to make a fool of, make into a fool. The F definition, to act madly, to act like a madman. So when people is oppressed, which that's what they're doing by taking these jobs away, you know, coming down with these draconian oppressive laws, people are frustrated. People being out of work, in and out of work, not able to pay their rent. You know what I'm saying? They're going pretty much insane. You know what I'm saying? This can drive a wise man mad. It can drive anyone mad. It can make you act a fool too, doing things that you shouldn't do. And then you go back where it says, and it says a gift destroyeth the heart. Gift right here.
Strong's H, 4979. Matana. Matana.
Matana. Going to the strong definition. Yeah, just I ain't really need to go into the strong definition, but that's simple and plain. Says gift, gift. You know, sacrificial offering. That's what it's going to be. So they're giving you a gift. Right? It says right here the strong definition. It says a sacrificial offering in a bad sense, a bribe. So basically, that's what they're doing. This guy is bribing you with this. Hey, I'll pay your rent all the way up to the time of this pandemic if you sacrifice your body by getting poked up. That's pretty much what it is. A sacrificial offering in a bad sense, a bribe. He's bribing you. Like, that's what a crook does. That's what the wicked do. That's what a criminal do. They'll bribe you, man. And that's pretty much what they're doing. They're bribing you to get that poke, man. Where did this come from though? Who would think that? But they're stooping that low in order for you to take that to get poked up, man, to take that poison. So let's go to also let's go to Revelations chapter 3 and 10. This is Revelations, the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because you kept my commandment to preserve, I will also keep you from the hour of trial, which shall come upon the whole world to test those who dwell in the earth. That's from the blue letter. Let me read it from this King James. It says, this is Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the earth. So like it, which shall come upon the all world, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the Most High, if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, the Most High will keep you from that hour of temptation. This is what the devil is doing to you. He's tempting you. He's giving you that's gonna be very tempting to a lot of those Californians, man. Especially Jake, man. That's gonna be very tempting. And a lot of them gonna be, if they ain't already had, they're gonna be in line getting poked up, man. Let's go to
Strong's G 5083. Tereo. Tereo.
Tereo. Let me go to we'll keep. It says it right here. To attend to carefully, to take care of, to guard. So in that hour of temptation, the Most High, which is that's what the devil's doing. He's tempting you. The Most High will take care of you in that hour or whenever you in dire distress. The Most High will take care of you. You got to hold fast to His laws, statutes, and commandments. The true preaching of the gospel. To reserve. That's what the Most High would do. He will reserve you, to watch over you, preserve, hold fast.
Strong's G 3986. Pyrasmas. Pyrasmas.
Pyrrhus Moss. That's temptation. Let's go into that. An experiment, attempt, trial, proving. Trial proving. The trial made of you by my bodily condition, since condition served as to test the love of the Galatians towards Paul, the trial of man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, constancy. Salakia. Let's go here. An internal temptation of sin, of the temptation by which the devil sought to divert Yahweh, the Messiah, Mashiach, from his divine errand. So, the devil is going to tempt you. That's what these devils doing by offering to pay, by offering to pay, people's mortgages off or rent off or whatever it may be, by offering to pay you, $100, if you get to poke, as sinners, what I'm saying? They're tempting you. That's what the devil does, man. If somebody was really ill, if you feel like you're ill, what you gonna do? You gonna go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? You won't need somebody to come, pretty much try to coerce you, force you to, deceive you to take something that, in your conscience, you like, what am I taking this for? So, if you keep your trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai will preserve you in the hour of temptation. He will preserve you from the wicked. He will guide you in where you need to be at. Everything is not going to be easy. We all going to have to go through our trials. We all going through trials, tribulations. So the road, the path that we're walking on is not going to be easy. But I know there's certain things you shouldn't take, like that Pope in the MOB, the mark of the beast. Those things you shouldn't take, But I didn't mean for this lesson to be a lengthy one. I'm just saying, never trust thy enemy. Also keep in mind of that. Never trust thy enemy. I'm about to end it off here. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Till the next time, Shalom, Abba Ball.